Well, this is going to be between these two guys, and we'll see actually who comes out on top here. Really interested to see how they play on Inferno as well. Haven't seen too much of these teams. Was able to catch a match Friday of the Group A play, and I believe it was an NFace match as well. And they just trounced them on Mirage. So we've seen some Mirage play, but what we have in store for us here on Inferno is the real question. I'm really curious to see, as K Stanless is going to bring this to a one-on-one, and it's going to be Dilo who's going to take it. So NFace will have the decision. They'll have the choice where they want to start. Are they going to start on the CT side, or are they going to start on the defensive side of the map? Or are they going to go for the T side and the terrorist side? Or the T side, the offensive side, the aggressive side of the map. And it doesn't look like we're going to have a change. It looks like we're just going to have them hanging out on the CT, so they want to start on the defense. And, well, guys, we're restarting again, and here we have it. We'll see what we've got in store for us here, as does look like the Chinese are, you know, NFace favoring the nades, for now at least. On the T side, there's a few nades picked up, but there's also some armor. So a bit of a healthy spread here, but it looks to me like on NFace's side, not a single soul picked up armor. It's all about the nades. As already we're starting off here, one nade gonna go ahead down Banana, but it does look like the Banana play. They're looking to take this, but there's 3 men standing here. There's 3 men on the defense. We already have shots raining out. 550 trying to find the headshot, not quite getting it in the end, not even getting the frag, and they will be forced back for now at least. But this is going to prompt a quick rotation here. T side, they're looking to get right on up into mid. They're going to get right up to quad. We have Dilo waiting over here in Boiler, and this is the double fake. We have H5 actually pulling back to Banana now. And look at this, the smoke cutting off CT. Queasy's going to have to run right through the smoke. He's going to get right through, and he doesn't quite make it. Almost making it up to Spot, but Fancy finds the headshot before. And now we have, again, the double rotation coming out here from NFace. What a sick fake coming out from H5. Forcing him every which way, and now the bomb gets planted as well. Teletubbies finds the shot, and he will take out Ghost God. And we're going to have the rush through, actually through Flowers now. They're trying to go down as the smoke is going to clear, and now we have, well, the CT trying to get in here. Dilo finds one headshot on Teletubbies, but he's going to get taken out in turn. It's all down to DG now, and he goes down. And the picture-perfect defense coming out from H5 as soon as they get that bomb down. 4 members left alive, and they're going to hold it down like it was no problem at all. NFace getting their pants faked off with no happy ending to boot. It's a sad day for them, but they're going to be on the eco here, and we have the T side starting off strong. Bison's in hand with the Pro 90 and the Galil as well on Floric. They're going to be able to do some damage, and we'll see where they decide to go for it. But it does look like we already have the play here from NFace. They're going for the B stack, putting everybody onto B with the pistols, expecting the quick play, but they will not be obliged. As we only have Fancy up here on Banana, making sure they can't push down. He's keeping his eye up here, making sure that there's not going to be any quick aggressive push out of NFace on the defense, but that's going to open up A, and now they should be figuring that out fairly shortly here. As they're working their way up, unmolested, they don't see a soul over here on A. They're getting over to Long, and it's going to be 550 spotting Arch. He's going to spot K Stanless go by, takes a shot, but now the jig is up, and they know they're going straight around to A. Going to get the plant, easy as you please, and now everybody rushing down Banana. We still have Fancy waiting here. He's got to be careful about the backstab, though. He gets some shot with the Bison. He gets around the corner as well. And this is going to be so insanely difficult. Although, as I say that, we have Ghost God starting us off strong with the first of that round. K Stanless waiting up in here in Apps. He managed to get one. He's spraying with the Bison, but he gets picked off with the flank from the side. And it's people dying left and right. DG is the last man standing for NFace, though. And a decent eco. They managed to pick up 2 frags. They don't make it a third, though. Zung with the Pro 90. Going to get right around that corner. Managing to pick him off. And another very strong round coming out here for H5. But what is this? What is this? We have the Force Buy coming out from NFace. Already looking to start with the cheeky bit. Oh, man, this is so cool. This is something you don't see very often out of the European scene. The Chinese scene really changing things up. And they are actually really changing things up as they put 3 members over here onto B. Right off the bat, and they're going to aggressively push down as well. They're taking the point. Look at this, 550 going right down. He's got this FAMAS. He could catch Teletubbies by surprise. Teletubbies must have heard the steps, but it's not going to save his life. 1 goes down. K Stanless gets the refrag, though. And he's still alive to tell the tale. He manages to get around the corner in the nick of time, keeping himself alive. Fancy going to find one, however, and now the jig is up. They know that rifles have been bought by NFace. They know that that investment is out. Ghost God with the Pro 90. Only man not to get only man not to get in on that action. But this has slowed down the offensive here for the T side. It does look like H5 want to slow play it from here. They're working their way up mid. Some shots exchanged on Banana, but For now, nothing really coming of it, as Queasy might very well find Fancy. Fancy kind of caught in a box. He doesn't really have too many places to go. He will get found in the end, and it's a 2-on-2. It does look like Floric and K. Stanless are making their way out here, but there is still D-Lo on the spot waiting. And with the backstab coming in from Queasy, this is going to get very rough here. This could very well pay off for NFace. H5 Gaming don't have too much. They're kind of caught in apps, and they're about to get slammed as well, as we already have Queasy making his way up second mid. He's going to try and go for the apps play, looking for the backstab. With D-Lo still waiting right here on spot, but they're not going to go for it. It does look like they kind of want to work their way out through Arch and perhaps work their way to B. If they can make it there, though, is the big question. And are they going to go for it? No, they're not. They're going to work their way back over, but D-Lo waiting for him. He spots one. He gets the first spray, gets the second as well, and they walked right into that surprise. D-Lo, perfect job by him, just holding that angle patiently, waits for them to come around the corner, collects the frags as if they were free party favors, and there you have it. NFace, with the gamble paying off, still losing 3 members, is going to make things a little bit tricky, but this is going to put, well, actually, as I say it, the T side, they're like, well, we can try and throw some curveballs as well here. They're going to go for the Galil play. They're not just going to hard eco this, no. Going for Galils. They've got the armor. They got some nades to work with as well. What the hell are we seeing between these two teams? And now here we go. DG pops around the corner. He's going to get promptly snuffed. Waiting for him, Teletubbies. Teletubbies really been the point man for H5 as far as everything's concerned. He's been getting frags left and right, playing great. And now on the T side, he's starting off pretty strong here. And we do have, well, looks like a bit of the mid play starting to evolve. As it does look like the focus is going to be put on A. We have 4 members working their way up mid, and Teletubbies is going to be working his way there now as well. Has to be careful for the backstab, though, as we still have 550. He is smoked off. He finds some shots on Teletubbies, finds the spray in the end. And there's the refrag. It's brought back. Ghost God now is trying to stay alive as best he can. He did take quite a bit of damage. The flash is going to go out. They're trying to slow this down as best they can, but the play is going to be for long. They are not committed to this. H5 really taking their time. K. Stanless now going to be watching the back. Zung is going to pick up 1. And just like that, it's a 2-on-2 situation with the backstab coming in from Queasy yet again. He's going to be walking around the corner. He finds the 1. Can he get the second as well? Yes, he can get that spray. And that's going to be a second round going for the CT. Fantastic job from NFace. Just completely shutting them down. And this is going to have to be the full eco coming out. NFace with 1 gamble. Going for the force buy in the 3rd round of the half. Make that work. And they still manage to shut down, well, the force buy out of the T side in the 4th round. And now this is going to prompt the full eco from H5. They can't risk doing anything here. P250's bot. 1 man staying with the Glock. But NFace look to be in very firm control here on the CT side of Inferno. They're doing a fantastic job. They lost the pistol, but still managing to get control back in record time. And now we have the play. It's going to be for quad, but already they're running right into the blender here. Teletubbies tries to pop around the corner. He's spraying as best he can, but he gets backstabbed in the end. And all of them running up. Fancy saving his team's honor, gets 1. He can't quite get the second, though. He's dancing around these pillars, doing the best he can. Juking left, juking right, gets 2 frags. Doesn't quite make it to the rifle, but still fantastic job from Fancy. Turning a horrible situation into a semi-decent one. Getting 2 frags on the eco, still not too bad. Well done by Fancy. And that was, you know, have to say it, some fancy footwork put on display by him. And now we have the second buy round coming out here for the T side. NFace in the lead with 1 round. It's a 3-2 scoreline. Teletubbies now going to be working his way up Banana, but we still have the aggressive play on Banana yet again coming out. 550 working his way right on down here. They're going to go ahead and put the aggressive smoke as well, and this is going to limit the options here for H5. Can't push through that smoke. If they run through that, they're in for a rough surprise. And they have to be wondering, did they push down aggressively on a Banana? How many people are here? Is A open? But in the meantime, we have a very conservative hold on A. Ghost God holding right there from balcony. He drops down to big pit. And we got D-Lo over here in library. So really interesting play coming out from NFace. Changing things up. 550 now, just waiting in the cut. He should be able to get the frag on Fancy, but he gets perfectly blind. Fancy, unfortunately, I mean, he does find the frag in the end, but not before D-Lo. Or no, pardon me, DG manages to pick up 1. DG going to fall back to spot. He throws down his smoke, and that should put a stop to any shenanigans coming out from H5 on Banana. And we have the very quick rotation, in fact, coming out. This is actually perhaps a mistake here from NFace. Quickly rotating over to B. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like H5 were prepared for that. They weren't able to jump on the opportunity. But it does look like it's going to be the B play after all, really slow playing it. They're not rushing at all here. Floric is going to exchange some shots with Queasy. This is going to force a reaction here as D'Lo is going to try and come in and support as well. But still, in the meantime, we still have the play unfolding here at B. DG trying to hold down Spot as best he can. He's in a 1-on-3 situation. He's going to get one spray out, but they're going to hunt him down in the end. They find it. In the meantime, we've lost Floric on the other side, so we have the 3 members rotating over. For NFace, they're trying to get in. They're going to have to come in through CT. No smoke to block them, though, but still, going right through Ruins. We got D'Lo actually trying to work his way out. First man up. Not quite spotting anything yet, though. Zung, behind new boxes, hasn't shown himself. K. Stanless is going to pick off the one, and it's down to Queasy and D'Lo, but D'Lo gets flanked, and now it's all Queasy, but not for long. There's the answer from H5. Buying up, getting those rifles, and then securing the round. Really smart play. Patient play as well, because we did see quite a bit of the yellow on Mirage being demonstrated. Quite a bit of the aggression coming out. These teams are not afraid to just go for it as soon as they see an opening, as soon as they see a hole, and whether they see it or not, they're still willing to just rush right into a site and just try and swamp it, overrun it before the CTs can really react to what's happening in front of them. But they're also demonstrating that they're perfectly capable of playing patient play as well. Of taking their time and exploiting their teammate, the other team's reactions. Now they've faced off against each other twice. Perhaps starting to pick up on the tendencies, on the defensive tendencies, just like the offensive tendencies of each team. So we'll see what they've got in store for us here. I mean, this is going to be a tight game. It's already a give and take. We're 3-3 right here to start things off here on this first half of the map. And they're doing such a fantastic job. Headshot comes out from Floric. Takes Queasy right out of the mix. And this is an eco coming out for here from NFace. So we'll see what they can get done as Ghost God is going to try for the backstab, but he will get mowed down by Teletubbies. Teletubbies not having any of that. Good positioning by him. We have Zung now taking up the rear, but he gets promptly snuffed. Nicely done there. D'Lo even managing to pick up a rifle, but Floric is going to deny it. And now DG, it's his turn. He's trying to come back here with the P250. He's putting shots out onto Floric, but Floric finds the frag in the end. And it's all down to 550 here for the CT side. NFace trying to do the best they can, but the nade will snuff him in the end. Floric, big play from him, ends the round with a quad kill. And H5 demonstrating, well, very strong anti-eco. We're going to see what the reaction is here out of NFace, however, and it does look like they're going to go for the buy. Or at least the semi. No, it's going to be the buy, but they're buying as best they can right now. Not a whole lot of money. Some of their players had money for full buy, but we can see already, with the ump pick, not a weapon we see too often, or at all, actually, in the European scene. D'Lo is going to go for that dirty ump money. You get 600 bucks a frag with the ump. It's a great SMG. I mean, they had to nerf the armor pen because when it first, when they were trying to get it in play, they were like, okay, you get 600 bucks and it does fantastically versus armor. You could really use the ump in an eco round. But this is the first time I've seen it in ages put to use. So we'll see if D'Lo can get lucky and get some of that dirty ump money. But he's holding over here on A. Fairly passive hold from him as well. But NFace, really showing that they want to put the emphasis on Banana and B on their defense. They've constantly got 3 people over here, and they're holding still strong. 3 people. We got a man in the cut. That's going to be Queasy, with 1 holding from Spot and 1 holding from CT. And 550 is going to throw the smoke down, and that's going to put a halt to the aggression. Unfortunately, we miss it. Oh, no, I put so much talk, but D'Lo found the frag with the ump. Catches Zung. But it does look like it's going to be the B play after all. Queasy goes down in a hail of fire, and now we actually have 550 trying to hold from CT. He finds one. Going to go ahead and back off into Ruins as quickly as possible. We still have a man, and that is DG right here on Spot. Puts some spray through that smoke, catches Floric. And all of a sudden, the aggression from H5 put out here is getting slapped down. D'Lo picks up an AK and gets a frag. And it's all down to Fancy. He finds one, but is it going to be enough? No, it is not. They come to the rescue. Still give and take between these two teams, but a 4-4 situation coming out. NFace with some solid defense and a good read on what their opponents were up to. With the 3 men on B, just gutting it, gutting that offensive play. They tried to push their way through the smoke. They tried to get out onto the spot, but unfortunately for them, they just couldn't make it happen. They picked off Queasy fairly quickly. But 550 and DG just holding it down, giving their teammates time to come to the rescue, through with the rotation. And now, well, we've got a buy round. It's again going to be the buy from both teams, but this is a bit of the do or die buy from H5. Kind of the same, actually, could be said for NFace. A lot could be determined here as far as momentum is concerned for both teams. If H5 don't get the plant, they're going to be hurting for money next round. And, well, if NFace lose this handily, they're going to be, well, on eco as well. So this is a bit of a tricky round here. A lot to be determined, a lot to be decided right here and now. And we can see that out of both teams. They're taking this so slowly. No YOLO play. Fancy going to be working his way up here into apps. However, we do have Ghost God. He's waiting right here in the cut. This is not something. This is a bit of the get right spot. Unfortunately, he misses the shot. He's going to get the spray in the end, though, taking Fancy out. We have the quick rotation coming in, actually, from H5. They were spraying through the wall, trying to catch Ghost God as he made his escape. But Ghost God still, man, living up to his name. Makes it through the walls, makes it out unscathed. As I say, that finds the second on K Stanless. We still have Zung waiting in the wings, but he's not going to be able to make a big showing here. Teletubby's actually going to get out, but they're both going to go down to spray through the smoke. And what a solid hold coming here from NFace. Completely reclaiming control of this map. Taking the lead in the rounds, and this is going to have to be the eco coming out here for H5. They just don't have the money to work with. I mean, they're going to go ahead and pick up a P250, it looks like, on Teletubbies, who's currently sitting at the top of the board for his team. But that's all that's all that they've got. Ghost God, though, pretty sick play. The 2 frags and apps really just gutted the aggression there. He did such a just such a strong play, pushing up, making sure they couldn't get into apps. Getting those first 2 frags really just put a complete stop to any kind of aggression coming out of H5. And all of a sudden, H5, they lose 2 men without really an answer. Couldn't really do anything after that, and they just get, well, they get smashed. And now, H5 does look like it's going to be the banana play, but again, we have NFace setting up 2 guys on spot with 1 rotating closely into CT, and now they're actually going to be going for this play. We got DG already lighting things up. He's going to get 1 through the spray, and now we just have them cleaning it up. We have 2 members for H5 in the smoke, and what timing coming out, but it's not going to matter in the end. D and everybody on basically B getting frags, but it really did come down to 550 in the end, holding from CT. He was able to clean things up, gets 3 frags, makes it look easy. And well, not the best not the best eco coming out there, unfortunately, for H5. But with the bonus money from having lost several rounds in a row, and the fact that they did a full eco, they'll have enough money to go ahead and invest in this round and pick up those AKs, pick up those nades, get the armor as well. And we'll see what they've got in store for us now, as we do have, yet again, the aggressive double nade actually coming down. Banana trying to catch him by surprise, but Teletubbies ain't having none of that. It's just nades raining in left and right. NFace really trying to do some damage early. And just luck of the draw this time, they only get away with it with like 7 damage done to Teletubbies. So didn't really pay off. A bit of an investment. It looks like Ghost God, unfortunately, is going to meet his maker there. Nicely done there by K Stanless. Picks him off from apps, and that's going to weaken the defense here for NFace. Start making them question what the opponents are up to. They now know that they're a man down on A, but it doesn't look like that's going to change anything. It looks like they're going to stick with 2 on each site, although we do have 550 looking like he wants to inch his way over to A. He's over in CT spawn now. He's getting in a position where he could quickly rotate over to help support his teammates on A if he needs to. But for now, H5, they managed to get the early advantage, but they aren't rushing it. They are not giving anything away, but now we have the play unfolding here, as we already have Queasy managing to pick up 1 frag. He's going to get a second as well. Big plays coming out from Queasy, already doing his job. He's managed to slow things down here. We have the smoke that is coming off from Arch, but we have, again, the rotating members coming in, and they are actually going to be dueling it out as best they can. Chinese DLO comes in for 1, and it's all going to be coming down to K Stanless for the CT, or for the T side rather, but CT are sitting on the bomb. There's not a whole lot that can be done here. K Stanless, he's going to be looking for the headshot. If he's got this AK, if he finds the shot, he can get it, but they back off in the nick of time. Chinese DG now going to poke out from Arch. He's going to find him, gets the frag, makes it look easy. Perfect spray there. And NFace are tearing away. This is looking harder and harder here. And what's going to be the decision? It's just going to be the eco again. They really don't have too much of an option here for H5. They could go Galil armor if they absolutely wanted to, but that'd be like the force buy of force buys. It's going to be like, it's just going to be P250s across the board for them. In the meantime, Queasy, he's going with his op, and he's going to be poking about mid. Is he going to find somebody, though? Teletubbies likes to hang around at the bottom, and he's going to have to be careful here. Queasy may find the shot. Unfortunately, misses it. Goes out for more, though. Floric really drawing the fire, and they may be able to rush him down. Fancy gets around the corner. He's going to go ahead and clean things up. The spray is going out, and DLO picks up 3 before getting taken out in turn. That's going to be the end of the round, but solid play. That's all that really can be said there. Unfortunately, well, I mean, that was Floric. He was kind of like, I'm bait. I'm just going to jump out here and hope that I can draw Queasy's fire long enough for you guys to make your way up from second mid and rush him down. And it worked picture perfect. Floric got right up in Queasy's face, got the frag, But unfortunately for him, they had the crossfire set up on the quad already. And well, after that, it's just like kittens in a blender. It ain't pretty. They got mowed down left and right, and we may have a pause coming in. What's going on? No, a bit of a hiccup there, a little bit of lag. But we're all right. We're into the match, it looks like, and it's 8-4 the score. NFace holding solid on the CT side. And what the hell is going on? I don't need any of that talk in my chat. Thank you very much, California Swagmaster. But now we have the play developing here on B. It does look like they're going to be fully committed to this. Teletubbies is working his way around. 550 manages to make his way around Carr before getting gunned down. He's still here, and we have the strong hold actually coming out here from H5. It does look like they are going to get the spray, though. Teletubbies and K. Stanless both picking up frags of their own. DLO coming around here. He's going to find Floric with the flank. And now he's in a position to put a stop to this. Teletubbies comes around that corner. He gets promptly snuffed. Zhang unfortunately misses the frag. He's going to work with that pistol, but he will get nailed in the end. DLO coming to the rescue. 4 frags for DLO. Can he get the ace? K. Stanless is going to pop up. He's going to be right around the corner. Is he going to find him? He gets the frag, but no, DG robs him. DLO. He was so close to the ace. It was within his grasp, but he just got robbed in the end. DG, I mean, had noble intentions, wanted to keep his teammate alive, but by doing so, he denied him the glory. As far as things are concerned here, we're getting close to the end of this half. Queasy with some aggressive hopping, actually sitting down here, keeping eyes on second mid. They're going to get the spray on him, though. Floric reads him like a book, catches him as he tries to run away and get around that corner. And there we have it, quick evening up here of the situation. It's a 4-on-4 situation now. Without H5 really committing yet, they're going ahead and actually trying to put some pressure here at quad, but he will get actually caught here. Ghost God does get the frag in the end. That was a close deal, though, however. Floric, unfortunately for him, it isn't going to work, but it is going to be the B play. We do already have DLO actually coming around. DG was in position on spot. K. Stanless will go ahead and get one, but through the smoke, they're getting the spray, and now they find him in yellow. He's the last man standing. Fancy trying to stay alive as long as he can, but it ain't for too long. And we have the team ace coming out. Everybody getting a slice of that pie. 1 frag all the way. And we're in the final round of the first half. NFace with some terrific holds. Just demonstrating some very strong CT work on their side of the map. Just nothing really panning out here for H5 in this final map of this best of 3 as well, guys. This is the finals of the MSI Beat It Chinese qualifiers. And things are looking very solid here for NFace. And if they were to secure this final round, they're going to be very pleased with themselves on the T side. Slightly CT favored map, you know, just something to keep in mind. But we're not really familiar with the players here as already. Well, Queasy, or pardon me, 550, they actually went for the double. But it does look like 550 is going to put his op to work first. And look at this aggressive push out. What are we seeing? Ghost God gets a quick 1-2, pokes out from Apps, catches them as they're setting up for the smoke on Arch, and there you have it. The aggression put to a complete halt, and again, he is not done. He gets a 3rd. He doesn't get the 4th, though. Fancy puts an end to his streak. Ghost God is going to go to rest. But 550 is now just like, okay, he's got 15 HP, I just need the P250. He gets 1 shot, makes it look easy, and there we go. End of the first half between these two teams. NFace facing off versus H5, and there you have it. Oh, solid CT work actually coming out from NFace. Really impressed with so far what they managed to do. Now we get to see what H5 are going to bring to the table. Something to mention as well is that in the group phase, they were both in the same group, but they dodged each other. And I believe it was, the result was H5 actually in their first match, unfortunately lost to no win. And then had to fight their way back up in the loser match and then make it out of the group second. NFace went through the group first, so now we're seeing, you know, first seeded team, they're in the firm lead here, and they've already started off strong on the pistol of the second half. If they take this pistol, if NFace take this pistol, It is going to be an insanely difficult second half here for H5 Gaming to come back into it and really lock it down. But we already have the quick play. Zung waiting on the other side of the smoke, but he is smoked off, and he's got no answer to this. They've already managed to make their way out onto spot. There is going to be one man, Fancy, trying to hold it down. But it's not enough. Floric is going to get smoked off as well. He's putting shots in a pit, but it's not going to matter. The bomb will get planted. And NFace off to a terrific start in the first half. Or the second half, rather. K. Stanley's coming to the rescue, though. He's going to get a little bit of action. He's going to get a bit of a taste. But it's still a 3-on-2 situation. And retaking A when the Triangle of Doom has been formed is insanely difficult. We already have the crossfire set up, and we will have one frag picked off from the pit. Floric now just trying to hang about here. He's looking to find somebody, but they aren't giving him many targets. He gets some damage out onto DG, but Ghost God now, he's in the heavens. He spots him. Nice shot there, however, coming out. And all of a sudden, Floric, last man standing for the CT, dies in a hail of bullets. The bomb will go off, and I do believe that is what killed Ghost God, or rather, DG over in pit. But the real thing that matters here is that NFace have picked up the pistol, and they're now 12-4 with the score. And this has put H5 in an insanely difficult position now to get back into this match. And we already see the reaction coming out from them. Fancy is actually going to go ahead and pick up the Nova. And where are they going to put him with that Nova? That's the real question. It does look like he's going to be over here on A, and he's probably just going to jump right up into Apps. And we already see that, making his way straight away right up into Apps. Wants to get in their face with this weapon. If he can manage to get a headshot, that's an insta-give. Point-blank Nova work is beautiful to witness because it all comes down to reactions and making sure that you can hit that shot. But it doesn't look like the emphasis is going to be put on Apps for now, at least. Already, we do have one going to DLO. He's going to pick up he's going to pick up the opening frag of the round. We'll see if he can keep it running, though, as he has forced them up into Boiler, in fact. We have two members here, 4H5 up in Apps. And it looks like they're about to run into it. It's Fancy now. He's going to be waiting in the wings. He's going to get the shot, though. 550 poking about. He's going to go ahead, flashing apartments. He runs around the corner, Fancy, though. Jumps the gun. Gets mown down. And H5 are getting cleaned up at every turn. K. Stanless now the last man standing for his team over here in Banana. He's working his way down to mid. But he's too late to put a stop to this. The bomb will be planted. And they have to know. I think Ghost God spotted him. Yes, Ghost God spotted him. What a headshot, actually, coming out with that Pro 90. God damn. Picks him off at range. And NFace are now 3 rounds away from taking this map, and we have to see the reaction from H5. What are they going to do? What's the decision here? Looks like P250s, a couple USPS, and the Nova on Floric. And the Nova on Fancy as well. If they get the frags with these shotguns, that's a lot of money, but still, it looks like they're going to be putting the emphasis on the 14th round, or rather the 19th round of this. Gonna let them just get in here, put up the best fight that they can with the pistols and the Novas, and then have everything riding on this next round coming up when they're able to afford to buy rifles. But so far, K. Stanless waiting in Ninja. He hasn't poked out quite yet. He's gonna take a quick gander now, not see anybody. DLO giving ground. DLO actually looks like he wanted to push up there for a quick second, decides otherwise. But so far, it looks like NFace. We haven't quite seen anything yet. We have quite a passive hold coming out on A, but it looks like B is going to be the name of the game, as we already have one. God damn it, give it to me. There we go, Teletubbies. He's waiting over here in CT. They haven't spotted him yet. The bomb is going to go down, get planted. He tries to pop out now, but he is going to get mowed down by the Pro 90. And that's 3 members here rotating in for CT. They're trying to do the best they can. Zung is going to work his way through ruins with some backup from K. Stanless, but they are in dire straits here. There's not a whole lot they can do. Ghost God's going to be poking around. They do have the crossfire set up here. If he goes past this point, he could be in for a Roots Awakening. And there we have it. K. Stanley's going to pick up the frag. They know that they're here, and he gets a Pro 90 as well. He could do some damage with this. But as I say that, he gets the headshot, and there we have it. DG now going to find one. He gets the headshot onto Zung, and now it's all up to Fancy. Fancy last man standing for his team. He's got the Nova, but that doesn't work at range. And the bomb will go off easy as you please. And unfortunately for them, it did not play out. H5 now on the ropes, and they're going to make the investment now. They're going to pick up these rifles and see what they can get done. But not the best eco rounds, unfortunately for them. And NFace, they've got the bit between their teeth at this point. They're 2 rounds away from securing this map and securing first place in the Chinese qualifiers. As well as some money, I'm sure. There's money on the line here as well. So we'll see who comes away victorious here, as already NFace off to a terrific start. Be working their way up around Apps. See if they can find some openings. They're getting right up into Apps, in fact. They're just taking full control of this. We have one man waiting out here. He could get caught. We have Floric. He's going to get sprayed down through the smoke. 550 barely spotting him in time. Zung is going to get a frag, though. And he's actually going to be working his way over here from long. 550 looking to get the smoke down. They're going to try and cut this off, but not before Zung can get a second frag of this match. Zung just going to work. He even gets a third as well. Fancy coming in with a couple, and that is going to be the cleanup. H5, when they needed to step up to the plate and deliver, they do so. Fine hold from them. Fine hold. Have to say, Zung, really the man of the hour here. Gets 3 frags, completely eviscerates the aggression, and Fancy with 2 of his own. Such solid defense on A. It looked a little bit like a touch-and-go situation there, unfortunately, when Floric got gunned down through the smoke. But his 2 teammates coming to the rescue, just secure the round and just keep the hope alive for the CT side. They got a hell of a way ahead of them to make it back into this match. 14-5 is not the best to score. But if they can work this, if they can make it happen somehow, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, we wait patiently here as we are currently seeing, well, it's going to be the focus on A mid, it looks like. They have the crossfire set up, however, and they are going to be waiting on this as we already have K Stanless and we do have Zung waiting in the cut. He's in Ninja. They're not quite sure, though. He hasn't poked out quite yet. 550 wants to check, though. He's going to pop around the corner. Perfect timing by Zung. Here's the nade go off. Gets him before he can get his rifle out. And all of a sudden, the 3 CTs, or the 3 T side, rather, kind of caught. There's 2 men waiting for them on Banana as well. Teletubbies is waiting. He's going to get mowed down through the smoke. They finally find the shot. There's a little bit of something there for the T side, but still 3 members alive. And Chinese DLO taking the point. Gets spotted at Arch. Zung's going to pop around the corner at long, and he's actually going to get a couple shots off. Unfortunately, DLO makes it around the corner before he can secure the frag. And there's still 3 men alive here for A. Floric is waiting in pit. He misses his shot, though. All of a sudden, Chinese DLO, the luckiest man alive. And as I say it, Zung gets him, but now we have them coming to the rescue. Ghost God is going to come in and put his rifle to work. They finally catch Zung as well. It's a 2-on-2. The bomb will get planted. And it's all down to Chinese DG, but as I say it, K Stanless coming in. K Stanless and Fancy both alive. K Stanless just doesn't need the support of his teammate, though. He's like, don't worry about it, I got it. Gets both of those, and that was a little bit unfortunate there for NFace. They looked like they had a chance at holding it, but just fantastic rifle work and just great aggression coming out, and they were able to hold it. K Stanless coming to the rescue. Baboshka? Is Baboshka here? No. Oh, thanks, I have this. Well, I'll try and keep it, I'll try and perhaps hype it up. It's a bit of the tricky thing as well, because when you're used to working as a pair, you signal to your teammate, to your co-caster to come in with a lowered voice at the end. You're signaling, I'm about to hand off the flow of the sentence to you. It's a hard habit to break when you're casting solo, though, and it's also hard on the voice as well to just be shouting the entire time because you don't get a time to catch your breath. So, you're trying to do the best you can, but we shall see as already they're going to work. We have Floric managing to pick up the first one of this round, and already they're going in. 3 members left alive here for the CT side, and already Coast God is going to pick up one with that Pro 90. He continues to spray, runs out of bullets. Fancy now picking up one of his own. Not the last man standing, though. That's going to be K Stanless, but unfortunately for him, he is caught all the way at the bottom of mid. Nowhere to go. He's going to come back all the way up through quad, but that is not before the bomb gets planted. That is not before the Triangle of Doom gets set up here by NFace. They're going to be sitting pretty. 1 in apps. We got Queasy hanging up there, and that's really going to be the thorn in K Stanless' side, because if both members die on spot, they're still the man in apps for the backstab, but it's not going to matter as I say it. Queasy pops out, gets him with the backstab, and there you have it. He does not manage that. And NFace bringing it to the very brink here. 15-6 the score. They're on the brink of taking it, and bit of a hairy situation here for H5. It doesn't look like they have the money to really put up much of a fight. They're going to be buying what they can at this point. We even have the Swag 7 coming out on Teletubbies. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be hairy. This is what we're talking about. So many rounds as well to try and close the distance. But if they can work their magic now would be their time to shine. As already we have Queasy poking his way up to the top of Banana, trying to get up to Car. See if he can see, well, you know, if he can spot the defense here, but it's going to be a pretty passive hold, actually, from, well, K. Stanless and his ilk. Does look like we managed to lose Zung, however, in the mix somehow. Perhaps some shots going out mid. His fancy is pretty flashed. He should go down here. There we go. They find the hole. 550 just going to work, managing to pick up 2 frags. And he's still waiting over here in Boiler. They haven't quite got out on the spot yet, but the bomb, in the meantime, currently working its way up B. And this is picture-perfect play coming out. We have shots going out. Actually, K. Stanless cleaning up. Brings us back to a 3-on-3 situation between these two teams. And K. Stanless perhaps sensing what these guys are up to, looking for the cheeky play. They go for the banana. They go straight up banana onto B. Should get the plant, although he knows you can spray through that wall. Nicely done there by K. Stanless, trying to get some freebies out. Ghost God pops around the corner. Unfortunately for him, runs into a bullet. Gets headshot, and it's all up to Queasy to hold it down. H5 looking terrific here. They could very well hold this off. Floric gets the first to the head, though, and Queasy still hanging on. He's doing the best he can to dance around this pillar, but it's not enough. He couldn't buy enough time. Despite the fact that they don't have kits, they will have enough time to get the defuse. Teletubbies currently holding down on that one, and there you have it. They did what they could, H5. They bought what they could, making the investment, but in the end, they're still able to hold it off, and now they're keeping it alive. Hope springs eternal. And, well, you know, they're definitely going to need it at this point because they need another 8 rounds to tie things up here on the CT side. In the meantime, NFace, well, they're going to go ahead and just buy. They're thinking, well, if we can just get the advantage, if we can just get the plant and get up there, hold it strong. If it weren't for K. Stanless the last round, I have to say, that would have been, we've been looking at, well, an NFace map right here. K. Stanless with the double frag and then managing to get back and inflict some pretty severe damage on the B planters as well. K. Stanless really stepping it up for his team at this point, but we'll see if he can keep the run alive. As for now, at least, they're still kind of floating about. K. Stanless holding over on B, as per the usual. NFace haven't really decided where they want to go, though. It does look like it's going to be the banana play, but we've seen how tricky they can be, depending on what they see. But they are going to work their way right on up here. 550 managing to get right up behind, checks all the angles. Very careful play, but K. Stanless just smokes. And I don't expect to see them rushing through, although we do have the flashes going through, and it does look like they're actually going to go for it, and this is not looking good here. We have K. Stanless already managing to pick up 1 and 2. Teletubbies gets 1 as well, but such spray from K. Stanless. Picks off 3. They run right into him. And there you have it. We have Chinese DLO, the last man standing for his team. He's trying to get some frags on the guys rotating over, but unfortunately for him, can't quite connect. The bomb is down on B spot, though, and H5 know it. They have to just rotate on over there and sit on it, and DLO is going to have no options. He has to come back over here and do his best to go in a 1-on-3. He's got the AK. If he somehow magically finds the headshots, he can do this. But it's nigh impossible. Chinese DLO. He's got his work cut out for him here as he's trying to poke on around. Not quite spotting on ruins. He's not going to see anybody. They don't need to show anybody at this point. They know that they're sitting on the bomb. It's at the back. He has to walk past this point, and he's going to walk right into Floric's line of sight. He gets the first headshot, though, on Floric. Fantastic job here, but K. Stanless not showing himself. He's still waiting around the corner. Aggressive push out by K. Stanless. Catches him by surprise, and that's another round going H5 Gaming's way. 4 frags again from K. Stanless. Have to say, man, if we take a look, yeah, he's sitting very firmly at the top of the pack right now with 20 frags to his name, but the past 2 rounds, have to say, have come down to K. Stanless. When under the gun, this man steps up. This man does not flinch. Gets 2 frags the round before last, and last round just perfectly sprays down 3 terrorists as they try and make their way onto spot. K. Stanless really the man of the hour here for H5, and if he can keep this up, if he can keep getting the frags round after round, we could see some magic happen. We could see H5 bring it back, but NFace looks like they want to make the play for A this time around. They're going to be making their way out. Boiler fancy, however, holding. Great shot, however, coming in for DLO. He's going to get 1. Floric trying to find 1 from balcony apps. It's not going to happen, though. And for now, it looks like it's going to be the quick rotation through Arch, but this is the problem. K. Stanless, they've actually... No, they're not going to go through Arch. They want to work their way back around. And Floric still up here in apps. They had to know that he was still on balcony. They had to know that people were still here. Zung and Floric could split this apart. There we have it. Zung working the low. Floric will drop in the heavens, but Zung getting a quick 1-2. Can he get the 3rd as well? Doesn't look like it. He will get caught in the end. Teletubbies now coming into the rescue. There's still 2 men alive. They will get 1. And DLO, the last man standing, he's got the P250. If he can find the headshot, he can do it. He gets the 1. Can he get K. Stanless? No, he cannot. There you have it. K. Stanless coming in for the clutch at the end in the 1v1 duel. With the kit, enough time to get the defuse. And there you have it. That's all she wrote. Another round going H5's way, hanging on. But a fantastic eco coming out, I have to say, for NFace. with nothing but Glocks in hand, they managed to do some significant damage to H5. H5, they're very much on the brink. Not that it matters now. They're very much subscribed to the school of thought. Buy every round. Because at this point, they can't afford to give one up. It's past the point of no return for NFace. They lose a round, they lose the map. So H5 are going to be buying every damn time, but still, hell of an eco coming out, and this is going to make things a little bit trickier here for H5 as some spray comes out. 550 trying to find somebody. Unfortunately, it's not going to work, though. It's not going to pan out, and he's actually going to have to back on off. But this is the third map, yes indeed. This is the third map between these teams. We've seen excellent play from them on Nuke, on Mirage, with NFace taking the first map of the series. H5 were able to lock down Mirage in their favor. And now on Inferno, NFace 1 round away from taking it. But H5, I have to remind you guys, H5, it was like 14-4? And they've been running it back, round after round. We'll see if they can keep the hope alive here, as we do have some action happening over here at Quad. They're trying to get some nades out, but Zung is holding here from long. We do have, well, DLO unfortunately meets his maker, and this is, again, looking pretty strong here for H5. They're in a good position, but they're going to be making the B play. Stanless is going to be coming in through. He's going to try and spray through the smoke, perhaps. He hears them stomping around. Teletubbies is going to find one head frag. He runs right through the smoke. He's going to get the spray, and now they get cleaned up. The bomb is down, and the backstab attempt from DG is the only thing keeping the T alive in this round. But DG's still hanging strong. He's still hanging in here. He's trying to get the frag. He gets the spray on Zung, but it's not enough. Fancy with the backstab. Fancy with the flank. Comes in and brings it to a 10-15 scoreline. H5 refused to give in. And this will be... Ooh, I don't think so. With DLO buying, yeah, they're going to go for it. They got 4K money. They got enough to really take a crack at it this time around NFace. They still have rounds to work with, but that gap, it is closing. H5, they have not given up. They are continuing to put up a fantastic fight here, and we have one hell of a finals on our hands. It is very rare indeed to see this. And this smoke down, look at this. They're actually just going to rotate right on quick. They had 3 over here to stop the aggressive push should they come up banana from NFace. As soon as things slow down, though, they go ahead, throw the smoke, and back on off, support A. So we have 4 on A now, with K. Stanless in a position where he's kind of in the middle. It's like 3.5 on A and 1.5 on B. K. Stanless can quickly get from A to B, right through CT, right through Speedway, and he's holding from there, and he's now trying to, you can see, he's already being like, okay, well, we haven't seen the quick play on A. Is it going to be B in this case? But unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for Fancy, who's currently looking to take his position as well, it is not going to be the B play for now, although we do have some potential for action here as DLO is currently popping around this corner. He's going to take a quick look. The smoke is going to go down and block them off. He's going to check Ninja. Nicely done. Checks all the angles. Make sure he's not going to get stabbed in the back. But now we have the smoke. The flash is going down. Zung is going to drop a flash of his own. This is going to put a stop to the push here. But there's 30 seconds left on the clock here for NFace. They need to start making a play, and they need to start making it quick as they are going to begin running out of time. But already they managed to find 1. They find 2 as well. Fancy and Zung both dropping. This could be the nail in the coffin right here, as they are going to completely clean up the defense on A, and it's all going to come down to K. Stanless. He's worked his magic before. Can he make it happen again? There's all 5 members alive for the T side. This is insanely difficult. He does not find the frag. He gets shot in the side of the head, and Teletubbies is the last man standing for his team. In a 1-on-5 situation, the bomb down on A. NFace, they found their round. It's all panned out in the end. They've managed to make it work for themselves, and NFace are looking so good here. It's all up to Teletubbies. He is the man of the hour. He gets spotted. They know where he is, and there we have it. 16-10, the final score. NFace take it in the end. 2-1 the score. NFace win. The MSI beat it.